Oh wow. So sorry everyone. I
Yeah.
literally forgot to click on mute. Can everyone hear me okay? No? Uh,
I mean, I don't have the YouTube. It's just that somebody posted that they couldn't hear.
oh yeah, I saw this. Uh, oh, yeah, let me message the chat. Yeah, that's good. Oh well, yeah, we did a long talk, so I'm gonna have to do a button because it's gonna
Do a
be
quick
a
repack, a
recap.
recap.
Yeah. So yeah. So the recap. What we're doing today. Let me introduce our main characters of this adventure. I'm calling the Vibe Coding Hacksgiving. First of all, I'm your host. No one has replied yet. Actually, does anyone have headphones? Oh, I do have headphones. Give me one.
I can try.
It's
It's
working now.
working. You feel
Perfect.
it?
Right, we're good. Confirmed. Excellent. Yeah, so hey everyone, I'm Glow Maldonado. By the way, we have these two cameras, so definitely taking a lot of space, but I'll switch to a single camera in a minute. We're here at Double Union. Double Union is. I'm gonna go fast because I trust you all. Go to the Partiful, check this out. Look for this on Partiful. Here's about the event. TLDR. What we're working on is Michelle, who is BC. Do you want to introduce yourself
Hey,
quickly?
how's it going? I'm Michelle. I am an investor, and I'm excited to share some knowledge that I have with community. And so I'm getting the opportunity to build an app together through vibe coding. Do you want me to talk a little bit about what I'm thinking?
I'm gonna do the recap
Okay,
myself, just to, in
great.
interest of time, just to make sure that we keep going fast. So what we're building today, we're calling it Chat BC. It's kind of like Chat PRD, and basically we're building the tech spec. The way I like vibe coding. This was a question from Herman and what's your name? Jail?
JL, yeah.
Jail. Jail. He was asking like, oh, so should I do the whole vibe coding thing on this style? Basically, the style that I'm using, the glow technique, I don't know what to call it. Haven't sat down and thought about that, but it's two things. I'm mixing what you would expect on a tech spec, even more specific, a technical decision doc or an architectural doc, with PRD. For those who are not familiar with these terms, PRD is a product requirement doc. Basically, it explains product managers sit down, talk with business owners, and then basically distill all the information into something that engineers can collaborate with. And then the engineers, in turn, for the rest of the team, sit down and think like, hey, I'm going to brainstorm how to approach this problem. I'm going to brainstorm what are the things necessary, and they make this technical specification. That's the old name. People now call it technical decision docs or architectural decision or architectural records. And that's what we do, what we use for building products. So because we are using vibe coding tools, great thing. AI is really good engineer. It's an okay PM. And what we're doing ourselves is creating this hybrid document that will help us create this app. So yeah, let me go back into this document. I took the liberty, Michelle, of making an abstract. I think this is the most solid version of this. ChatBAC is going to be an app for Michelle. I hope you're cool with
I
your
love that.
name, or
Yeah, thank you.
usually we call her Jane Doe or something like that. But this is an app for Michelle, RBC, to create resources and share them with founders inside and outside your portfolio. We want to find other weirdos who understand, other weirdos, and help them understand how Michelle's investor strategies will make their startups And this is a good parenthesis, and this is something that I gave a talk on Monday. It will be available, I think, December 8th. I'll send the links to the chat and the channel, and if you follow me, I'll be blasting it on LinkedIn and other places. But basically understanding what a VC do and what is a good VC and a bad VC is half of the battle. When you raise money, you shouldn't just raise money because you need money. You need to have something in mind, because people don't know that the moment you raise money, it becomes a race. Your startup is no longer free. You're basically, you have many milestones that you need to meet. Basically, if from the time they sign your check to, basically you have 11 years, and yes, 11 years usually takes to get to an IPO. That's a lot of time, and you're signing up for a very weird race. But there's going to be checkpoints, and the first checkpoint is on the first year. On the first year, you definitely need to be able to reach, it depends on the fund, but I
Depends on the
usually
company,
see
the kind
the
of
stuff, but
business, yeah.
as a rule of thumb, I say if it's B2B, you need 100,000, yeah, 100,000 annually. Some VCs are even bigger on that and expect you, yeah, if you do at least 500K annually, we're not gonna talk to you. So this change, and this is for a big economic movement. If anyone is wondering what those zero interest rate policies mean, CRPR, it basically means that VCs can no longer bet on everything. They have to be picky, because now they're getting taxed on all the investments that they make. It didn't used to be like that, but now they do. And I can go into more details about that. I have a talk about it, so I'm just gonna send that later. Now for B2C, basically unless you have 1 million daily active users, don't call VCs yet. Just focus on getting that number. I know it's a big number, but you'll be surprised how many, I mean, there are YouTube channels that have those numbers, and they're not apps and stuff like that. So I would recommend people, if you want to be a founder, start getting into the niche, start getting into the thing that you're really interested about. One friends that I admire a lot, they did GOAT, greatest of all time. They love sneakers. And they sell sneakers. And I'm a kid from the 90s, 2000s, so for me it was like, who's gonna buy sneakers? I think that we have at least one or two people from younger generations that would tell me, no, sneakers are a big deal. They're a huge industry. People spend, I don't know, it's a $1 billion industry, you know, just the sneaker retail industry. So yeah, it's important that you understand that for you to be successful as a founder, you just need to find that market. And that's what we're talking about earlier as part of this PRD. By the way, I love that this is touching so many. Great idea. Thank you for sharing
you.
this idea with you. Another
Thank you
thing,
for helping me with
and also for all the future founders. The idea does not matter. What matters is the execution. And what matters is not even the execution. What matters is that the market exists and that the people will buy, in that market will buy your product. That's it. That's a secret success. So you will see that, you know, I love Notion. Big fan. I'm going to be a fan of that. Honestly, Notion is kind of bad. My favorite was Quip, that was acquired by Salesforce, and they just didn't know how to use it. The technology was superior. It had way more features than Notion. It had a better model. It was built by Brett Taylor, if I remember correctly, from the VP of Meta, the CTO of Meta at times, a legend in our circles. So it's a superior product in any sense. They didn't know, they misunderstood the market. Basically, Notion had a theory that, no, it's not just big companies that want a good notebook and collaborate, but like everyone. Look where they are and look what's happening to Quip. They're killing it, which also kills me. I think it was cool, but anyways. That's the danger of being a nerd. A lot of things that you love is not a real market. But anyways, now that everyone's caught up, thank you all for bearing with repeating my whole thing.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Concise.
We're jumping to tech specs, so we're going to use a relational database. We're going to use this one SQLite that is built into most machines, so it's very friendly and it's good enough for this. I could have a whole talk about databases, but this is the one that I recommend to most people use for this sort of things when it's like you just need a database and you not think about complexities. The other one I really like is called DocDB. DocDB is really good for doing data science, and it's basically like having a Snowflake locally. It's super cool. I think it's one of the things that I cannot believe that it exists, but it exists now. So yeah, a lot of people. I'm a nerd. I love things like Cassandra and ScyllaDB and Fauna. So yeah, if you want to talk databases, I'm that weirdo. Please reach out to me, audience, and all of you. But anyways, the tables we're gonna have. The first one is I'm gonna do is simply books, and this one is pretty simple.
Do you want to look at the spreadsheet that I shared? Would that be
Exactly what
helpful?
I'm doing. Let me share it on this screen. It's on the other screen. I have the screens like.
You probably just upload the spreadsheet to Claude and have it export as.
I could do that. I could be lazy, but I'm doing a little bit more traditional, just so people learn the patterns. So yeah.
Well, then it allows me
audience?
also to be able to update this spreadsheet versus having to go back every single time. Like I like the ability
Ooh.
to have the back end to.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have a
Okay.
backend, and maybe we should put that on the tech spec. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But basically, what I just wanted were this.
And then the tab is the copy. That's the clean tab for you.
The tab is the copy.
No, there's many tabs on the bottom of the Excel.
Oh,
You can't. Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Oh, copy,
The copy of the
list.
list. That's the clean one. Yeah.
Oh, that's a clean one. Excellent. Thank you. So I'm gonna copy just that. I did like a little more of the pivot table, but I'm gonna leave it like this, just because we're. Another thing to think about PRDs is always better to think as a user. Something that Soledad said, like, what are the use cases? As a user, I want to read this content. I want to learn from this content. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do books. I'm just gonna have this
How
columns.
do you describe the tables versus letting the AI decide the tables?
Oh, excellent question.
Because it's like having the book, having a title, author, gender, it's like traditional classic information you can find anywhere.
Yeah.
LLMs would not hallucinate about that.
Yeah,
So
you're
how do
right.
you
Let's scale it.
to describe them.
Well,
And
the
also,
exception
I think for
is
us
the
that
exception
we come
is
from engineering,
yeah.
it's very easy for us to think about tables, but if I ask, I don't know, my mom is a teacher,
Yeah.
she have no idea, what are you talking about? Why do I need to know that I need a database, the SQLite, to create a
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Even, Michelle, I don't know if you know what is SQLite.
A little bit. I've spent some time looking at databases. I'm not familiar with this one. I know.
Oh, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Well,
it's
there's
just
like
different syntax.
structured and unstructured.
Correct. This
and
is
so
a
these are
structured.
for structured. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, the best way to think about these structured databases is an Excel spreadsheet. There's no difference between a table and a sheet.
tabular,
It's the
yep.
same thing. Basically, it's rows and columns. Here, basically, yeah, that's the designing a table is actually just choosing the headers. Why would you choose the headers for something like books? The only reason I thought, which is no longer true, and yeah, I should. Great question, Soledad. The question by Soledad is like, why are we not letting the LM choose? The only reason I can think that we didn't let the LM choose is because there might be some interesting fields that Michelle might need. I'm very interested about the genre and subgenre. That is a nuanced thing, and that is something that I would not expect on a regular book entry, because I do think that
So what do you
Yeah.
describe all the fields of the table books instead of just creating a rule? Let's say if it includes books, I want to be able to list books, including gender and subgender, like in regular language, instead of in
Yeah.
engineering terms.
I kind of like that too because here there's only
Yeah.
books included, not blogs or websites or anything else, or videos or other things that I think are
maybe to
important.
use things.
Okay, so I did not want to go meta, but let's do it in meta style. By the way, for those who don't know the word meta, meta is, Facebook is still meta. We have an actual word for that. The etymology of that word is metadata. And basically, the metadata is the data above the data. And what we mean by that is that we usually have these spreadsheets and these columns and stuff like that, but then there's additional significance beyond that. And I know this is something all philosophical and stuff, but I think this is important context for you all, that when we talk about meta in this context, we're talking about metadata, and metadata is additional information. And you're totally right. If we're going with that approach, which is a more metadata-based thing, the content table changes a lot, because basically we're creating something that is more flexible, that can consume more things than just books. Basically, and here we can be a little bit more specific. We're gonna see type of content, classification system. Will that be too wild, or?
If you want me, I would just like link in the spreadsheet and say what we can do with it.
Oh, okay. Let's type of content, notes, and UID. UID is, even I'm going to be more specific, unique ID, basically. Yeah, this, in theory, this could be enough. Fun fact, this is exactly how Notion works. Notion is basically a graph database on steroids.
Okay.
What I mean with this is that they basically just have content. That's their basic element. And then they just link content to another content and stuff like that. So basically this page that we're watching is made of multiple blocks, and each one of them are linked. So they have basically, the block is the atom, and then the page is just a collection of that. And this is something that is really cool about Notion, that because everything is a graph, you can do links to one each other, and you can even like publish as views. That's how my knowledge base is made. I basically just have this Notion database that I store everything, and that's what I shared. Not even that, a page, a Notion page, and that's what I share with the world, with my people. But yeah, I don't want to get too abstract, because that's when the LLMs hallucinate. When you get too abstract to a point that you're not able to explain it, these concepts, like that is the real risk here.
So type of content is what blog, whatever, book, notes is thoughts I have, unique identifier. Will that unique identifier then provide the name of the title and author? Because I think
Great
that's like
question.
the
I think
part
we
that's
should do
kind of
it.
missing.
Right? I'm gonna metadata, author,
And title.
title, and stuff. Two things. So the unique ID, we can think about a URL. We even went more specific, kind of funny. I don't like UIDs, I like slugs, but that is my style. Both are adequate for different purposes. Usually UIDs are great because they're unique IDs that they never change and they never mutate and they're static. So for most cases, they're great. There are disadvantages of that. You cannot sort them. You cannot allow the user to change them. There are a series of things. So usually what I do is either, and it depends, like that's a magic word with engineering, it depends. Everything is, it depends. Sometimes it makes sense to use numbers. Numbers are great because you can sort them and you can create indexes and you can make the access faster. But for things like this, sometimes I am kind of wild and unique and let the users just create unique slugs. And basically that's how Twitter works. Each person has their unique username and stuff. It does create some, it's a trade-off on some way. It makes it more, there are risks, like, yeah, you know, that domain squatting. I mean, that's how the internet works. Like, the whole internet uses URLs, and that's the thing that identifies yourself. but you risk that people squat them. You make it so much harder to change your name later. You basically need to find another one that's not taken, then give that one, and then delete the other one. So there's definitely their limit of letters in the alphabet. So again, engineering is trade-offs. We do some trade-offs. Some are good or not. I'm gonna stay with this directional unique ID, and that will be the internal wall. But just doing a quick parenthesis that it depends. Yeah, and that's mostly what I'm making this. Like, we're definitely going with this route, but that's one of the things I really want. Good product managers and good business people understand that good engineers, we always say it depends. We can build anything, and we're always playing with these three factors. And it doesn't sound adjacent to vibe coding, but it is directly. We're always playing with time, features, and quality. Those are the three levers that we have for building software.
Pick two.
You think there are two?
You can always pick two of the three.
Usually you can only pick two of the three. And the thing with AI is that it's interesting because time is more expensive than before, which is kind of interesting. But again, when you're prompting, you're exactly doing the same thing, because if you waste your tokens and asking for quality, like, oh, I want to do this SOC 2 compliant, yeah, you're literally wasting that money on those tokens saying like, let's do SOC 2 compliance. And if you're, just doing something simple, like, oh, it's just want to be a form generator. I mean, so many businesses are just form generators, if you ask me, and they're huge businesses. But yeah, if you're just doing a form generator in SOC 2, that's an easy thing, and it's not going to take a lot of engineering. Oh, this is a form generator for buying a house based on rebates from the government, and we need to make sure that people are not faking the data and making it SOC 2 compliant.
It's more complicated.
Absolutely. So the more complex, the more. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And this is your space. You can move around. You can
grab a
ship
beer.
things and get a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I go further, I need to check the chat on the channel. So this is a good stretch break. Thanks. Great. Is everyone following? Is this interesting? Please drop a line. And yeah, any questions, comments before we jump into the next part? Okay, cool. I think I can let Michelle have a small break. So we have, guys, you should have come. We have Valentina, not sponsored, beer and stuff like
Mexican
that.
snacks.
So yeah, I even asked like if you wanted Valentina or San Luis or Botanera. So we ended up with Botanera and Valentina. And again, hope I don't get demonetized. Actually, I'm not being monetized for this video, so who cares? But yeah, here we are. Okay, so the tech spec, we already defined the structure, which was great. Usually, what I call compute is more or less a process. You can even use it in a different word, which I think might be appropriate for this, are workflows. Like when we're in a business, we have workflows, like how do you hire someone? We have a process and all of this. The same thing on coding, like we need to do that. I mean, these are very simple. We're basically doing, we call this CRUD. And even this is a little extra, but I'm just saying this for the audience and for humans, AI for the people. It's create, update, delete.
Cool.
Update, and these are, replace. Replace is also important. The reason I'm bringing this is because most
Is that read? Create, read, update, and delete?
CRUD, create, replace,
Okay.
update, and delete. So CRUD, it's kind of funny because in engineering circle we say like, oh, this is a simple application, it's just CRUD. YouTube is a CRUD app. Patreon is a CRUD app. So many media companies are, Netflix is a CRUD app. You're just creating something, replacing something, updating something, and deleting something. But we talk about that because with this, it's very simple that you go, in theory, asterisks, never say simple. That's another thing that we say in engineering. And I'll explain why in a second. Basically, creating things, creating a video is easy. It's easy to just go and upload it somewhere. Replacingly actually has its art, because how do you replace it? Do you create a new one and then swap it? Do you edit the same one without modifying it in place? What happens if multiple people are editing that? And I'm already getting into updating. And then deletion. Deleting is one of the things that has been harder at YouTube. I was at YouTube, and so much of the engineering is like, how do we delete things? Because it's important to delete because they're content that should not exist, period. But also because like what happens with infringement? Are we ready to delete or not? Another thing, I have a friend that worked at YouTube Movies, it's called Box Office back then. And basically it's like, yeah, when do we release this movie? Do we delete this movie? No, we put it out of rotation. What does that mean? What are the rules for putting something out of rotation? Like all these small details, which being nerdy, soft delete versus hard delete is one of the most difficult questions in engineering, because ideal world, we could just do hard deletes and just wipe everything out and it never existed. Unfortunately, when you do that, you break a lot of systems, because all the systems have references to multiple things, especially with something like Notion. Yeah, Notion engineers, I don't think there's a Notion engineer watching this, but I would love to have a conversation with them because that detail is so important. But overall, it is just one workflow. There are more complex workflows. For example, image processing. That's a much more complicated workflow, because if you're doing image processing in the old way, not in the new way with LLMs, in the old way you had to basically prepare the image, you had to create segments, you had to highlight the contours and stuff like that, and then you did the processing. So it's a multi-step thing. So that is something that we got like.
So from
100%.
someone who's like non-technical
Yeah.
and wanting to vibe code, when I think about workflows, are there like basic ones that I should know or be aware of that I
Great
can
question.
integrate? Like, I'm just trying to think of like, if I were to do this without Glow,
Yeah.
how should I think about this? Or
Excellent. The ways that I recommend it is copy from products that you love and use.
and that would be in their
Basically,
docs? I
Yeah.
can find that information?
well, yeah, you can do that. The easy answer is be curious, but you know, like you will see them. But a more specific answer is most of the applications that you use and love fall into the patterns that I will mention now. CRUD. The other one is reporting. As I mentioned, you basically have data. Great example of this app is PostHog, on our app I love. You have a database, and you basically need to create reports out of it. We even call it more technically materialized views. You create views from the data. So the data exists. You need to munch it into 3 different things into one, and then that is your product. So it's a transformation, and that's another very common workflow. The next one is what we call a messaging pattern. Basically, and this is a whole subject by itself. Another thing you can do, and I know it's a lot of homework, but
I
I
love
recommend
homework.
people doing it. Go over all the products that AWS sells or Vercel says, because they basically have a product for each one of these patterns. One that is very common, we call it the Lambda process. That means functions as a service. This is what Vercel does, what Cloudflare do, and I love that you already know them. And this pattern is basically, I have a recipe and I need an executor to go and run it. That is one very common workflow, and that is, yeah. And basically it depends, the magic word, it depends.
Great.
For engineers, our job as engineers, and this is where I start telling people, we need to do vibe engineering, not vibe coding. Anyone can code. The difference between someone that is a coder and engineer is learning these patterns. And this is part of my talk, but I will say it just so everyone hears this out because it's one of the things. My dad was a civil engineer. That's the oldest engineering practice.
Yeah.
And basically, our work as engineers is to apply science and math into solving people problems. That's it. That's our job, and that's all we do. And the thing is, we got so distracted with code, we got so distracted with apps, we got so distracted with IDEs that we forgot we solve people problems. And how you solve them usually is as important as solving the problem. For example, I can go so many
great.
ways
Thank you.
because image processing, that was an example, and the last one, I don't want to make this a talk, I do want to vibe code, but it's a great example that traditionally we did the flow that I mentioned. We segmented an image, we analyzed the pixels, we did normalization, that was a process that we did all the time. AI doesn't work like that. You basically create a model, you show it enough images, and then somehow it learns. That is mind-blowing. And again, we're doing a trade-off because we're sacrificing our human understanding of the images and the image processing for something that tends to be faster. For some things, it turns out to be great. Identifying faces and stuff like that, it's great. For things, it really struggles. The thing is, they just keep impressing me, and I should not say I'm so impressed of what's happening right now. This last trivia, and now we're gonna get into vibe coding. There's a segment anything model by Meta, and basically what that algorithm does, which is something that for many years we thought it was impossible in image processing, is I'm gonna show you a picture. That's a chair. We're no, you cannot do that. How can you do that? That part represents just a chair. Well, sufficiently advanced enough, LLM can do that. Let's leave it there.
Very cool.
And I think here Soledad, do you agree with me? I think we're kind of ready to start by coding. Do you think yes or not?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think we should do a couple of examples, like what happened
Okay.
if you do these technical specs, and what happens if you don't. Do you have different results?
Oh, that's a great one.
How about we try it?
Yeah, I think we should try it.
Yeah.
The two ways.
Yeah.
Because from my point of view, what my experience by coding, it should not be required.
Interesting. How do you feel about that, Germán? Doing the tech spec or not?
I think I always prefer to give it the more context.
Yeah, so.
So I would like to add them, yeah.
Yeah, for me, my style, I'm biased because I've been doing this for 15 years and counting. I usually get very opinionated and say hey, however, I do it way more brief than what we're doing. I usually say, I want to create using a relational database, I wanted to create a web app in Next.js that allows me to be a repository of information for venture VC money things. I want to be sure that this has, I think here I would just do a traditional MVP.
The use cases. That's
Yeah.
what I usually give it.
Interesting.
When you are not, but it depends. Maybe Germán is a technical person, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
maybe you know a
Yeah.
lot of architecture,
Yeah.
so you want your way. Maybe Fernanda is not.
Oh, I
So
have a beautiful
Fernanda-
example. I'm a very lazy PM. What I will do is take
Yeah.
that spreadsheet, put it in ChatGPT, and say, "Hey, Chat, I have the list with all these books that I want to share with people in a way that is going to be easy for me. I just put a new book here, and magically it's like updated. What do you suggest?" And Chat will come
Oh.
up with a brainstorm of suggestions.
Let's try.
From there, say, "Oh, can you help me out building a PRD for me?" Yes.
Actually,
I'll
yeah.
be like, "Oh, beautiful." Then copy and paste in Claw and press OK.
Wow.
And see what happens.
Why don't we try that? Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun experiment. I haven't done this, and definitely this is fun, and this is why I wanted to host this, because definitely,
See, there is no,
People
there's
people
no
were
right
like,
or wrong way.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And people were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, who is this audience for? You know, this event is it for beginners or
Yeah.
experts?" We're, you know, three of
I
us
think
are
I get
experts.
so scared
4 of us.
whenever I'm doing
Yeah.
this by myself. Like I
Oh,
earlier today I was sharing, I created my first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a website with this book called Building a Website with ChatGPT, and the first thing I created a prompt to do a pun generator. It was really funny and cute. And then when I was actually launching it on Cloudflare, the URL wouldn't launch, and it said does not exist. And I was like, I broke the internet, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna explode. Though.
No.
You're gonna play
So
with it.
then
I recommend you watching this. We basically, coders, we do those things all the time. We just happen to have a really good system for saving. It's called Git. This talk, A Tale of Three Threes, it's the best talk this made me understand Git and GitHub and stuff like that. So TLDR, if you're good with GitHub, you will never have to worry about that problem. Bad news, GitHub is the worst, least user-friendly system ever created. I love Linus Torvalds. I use Git every day. I still shoot myself in the foot constantly. Thankfully, now we have LLM, so I always double check like, hey, I'm about to do this stupid command, LLM. Am I being stupid? And they usually say like, yes. So do this instead. I'm like, thank you, thank you. So for me, I would just say like lean on Git. Meta, Miss Meta, they're using Mercurial. Mercurial is a little bit more user-friendly, but very few people know how to use it, and very few people know how to use it successfully. So, you know, hopefully with all the vibe coding, someone will create a new, we call this version control system. I think that is another thing I'm begging someone to come up with, but it's a hard problem, and it's a hard problem.
Version control, that would be great. Never screw up a
that would be
previous
great.
Oh.
That's an idea.
I like that idea. How do we sell that? How do we explain the problem with the idea is how do we explain that and how do we everyone's used to Git. That's the reason Git is really hard. And I'm that old. We used to use Subversion. Getting out of Subversion was so hard. There's people our banks they still use Subversion or Visual Source Code.
enterprises are still on it too.
Yep. So how do we build something that is so miles ahead that people will adopt it? That's the real challenge, I think. Like we need to share something that is radically different. And this is another thing about software, and that's another thing that I think
Well-
about super weird.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, because this is an interesting conversation. How do you version things? How do you know that something changed? It's a visual problem, and we happen to only know how to solve it via text. Because I've seen so many cool products that are visual programming, that are you just wire things up together, and it should work great. It works great until you have to be like, hey, friend, make a change. Understanding their change is impossible. Because now there's a new doodle, and it's like, how do I do? Funny enough, Figma exists, and that's a visual language, and they do it but basically they check 2 images, and I think our brains are the ones that do the differences, that spot the differences, which I don't think it's the most efficient way, but
You should be able to make
Yeah.
an array diagram from a vision history.
I work with that with engineers. You'll be surprised how many struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had a better question.
I didn't
good,
have a
good.
question, a comment almost. Like when thinking about this natural language control system,
Yeah.
I think that you're starting to see like the socialization of non-technical people around code generation. Like think about the growth that Lovable has had.
Yeah.
And like it's just raised an insane financing round, right?
Yeah.
Where like there's actually a market and use case where people like me want to build stuff, and it almost becomes like your rabbit hole, and we're like GitHub no longer works, and that so maybe it becomes either an offshoot of Lovable or like whoever Lovable is targeting.
That's a
it's
conversation I have a
partnership,
lot because
right?
basically,
Like, that's interesting. I think.
My solution to that problem, and something I take seriously, is I want everyone to become an engineer, like I was rambling about. I don't think I go back and forth on certifications. On some ways, I do want certifications because I want people to have a code of ethics. That's the only reason I want certifications to exist, to be able to say like, yeah, I sat down on like, you know, in real engineering, sorry, software is not a real engineer. Mechanical engineers, they need to go and be trained on, okay, you're gonna build something with lasers. Here's your certification on lasers. Because if you don't know how to use laser, you're gonna burn someone's hand, or even worse, you're gonna get them blind. So yes, it's important that you get this certification in order for you to work on this. Same with, I mean, I can go to the extreme,
Civil.
nuclear engineers or civil engineers,
Civil engineers. You're building buildings.
And you know,
It's not a website that breaks down. It's like
yeah,
something that
and I
falls
do
on
feel
your
like
head.
software, we do need a little bit more rules. Sorry, I know there are people that are gonna hate me for saying this, but yeah, definitely not the sort of investors I want to work with. Sorry, investors, but or you know, engineers. Going back into the practical things, I do think that that's a really good point. Like, I think there's another solution that does not require everyone to become an engineer. I believe that strongly, and yeah, Lovable is proof of that.
And it's Lovable is not to build an enterprise quality tool.
No.
It's for MVPs, right? It's for something that it's for something like this.
Yeah.
That I can actually use. Where
Yeah.
I've tried using StackBlitz or like some of these other coding tools. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
lost. Or Cursor. I'm like, help me.
Oh, you're not gonna like the one I'm using, but still, I will just do it as an experiment. But yeah, basically what I'm teaching you right now, it should be applicable to if you're using Lovable, if you're using B0, if you're using Blitz or Bolt or whatever.
We decided there are three ways at least, or different ways.
Oh,
to
we
do
should
this.
write that down so I don't
Are you
forget.
going to share that document so we can?
Oh, yeah.
start,
Can you
try to
please?
build it?
Oh, that would be then. Oh, you're turning this into
done this.
vibe racing.
Yeah.
A vibe racing?
Yeah, we call this vibe racing.
So.
So, oh, great idea.
Like different places.
Okay.
To pick from, huh?
Okay.
So much beautiful minds.
I'm going to
Beautiful.
use anti-gravity. I'm going to use your main goal, but I will like change it a little.
Okay, and people at home,
You can share that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yes, I will share it on, what's the easiest way?
Google Docs? I don't know.
Oh, Google Docs will be the easiest. That's why I love Google Docs, even though I hate it on every way.
Put it in a
Go
Google
Quip.
Doc and send the link to the loop. That will also work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, Google Docs. I'll put it here, paste, perfect. It pastes on the first try, and that never happens. Okay, ChatBC.
Is the link of the spreadsheet there too?
Yeah, add the link to the
Yeah.
spreadsheet
Are you
because
okay-
she will
are you okay with that?
finish the- Yeah, she
Are you
will
okay
get
with
the-
that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Please, please.
perfect.
I have to give you access because it's like a business
So you're
school.
gonna use Gravity?
I'm going to use Gravity. I'm
Actually, I'm gonna do a copy of
Yeah,
yours.
copy it.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So you give me one
So-
second. So
I think
yeah.
I'm gonna use like Firebase Studio or like
Oh, this is cool.
or AI Studio. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Here's Michelle's. I'm
Kind of
gonna
love
do a
this. This is
copy.
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. A small army. This is literally like I've been thinking about this for months, but every time I'm like,
Oh.
how do I build this? I don't know.
You call me, but
Hey.
we are gonna be
just show
even
up
more. I want to turn this into a regular thing on these events by Sense Courier because
It's fun.
I get so frustrated how inaccessible things are for regular folks that that's another one of my secondary goals. Like, how can we get to build second? You guys want to be a team? Yeah. Okay. You guys are gonna be the technical team. I want you guys to do it with the most technical docs. Use whatever you want, but you know your team is gonna do it that way. Yeah. Let me share the link.
Feel like Christmas morning or something.
This is based on Michelle's. Yep. Okay.
References. We got Claude Max subscription. I can go with this.
That's all. Okay, do that.
And I think we do JavaScript at the end. Use SQL
That-
like you said.
Uh,
Easy, huh?
okay. I'm gonna put it on the YouTube and on the Partyful. So let me start
On
with
YouTube?
on both. Yeah. I'll blast it to the Partyful. Text blast.
There is a QR code in the bathroom that shows you a link.
I saw that.
How to replace it.
I
Yeah,
saw
it's
that.
great. Yeah. People get it wrong.
That is so cool.
Text back
I was like,
values
okay.
for the portion.
We all hear you, YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know how sensitive these microphones are. Just
Hello?
gonna say that. Yeah, they might have. That's cool. Be nice. Okay, I just sent it to the Partyful. You should all have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, break a leg, and
Yeah.
yeah. For those at home, I invite you to also try this. I will gonna be reading out live.
Where do we put our results, or where do we put our code, or what?
Let's.
Is there a
okay,
place?
Just a URL. Actually, yeah. Just leave a comment on the.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, let me work with you. You and I should be a team. So we got 3 teams. We got
Oh, that's great.
the techies.
I'm in her team.
Oh,
you're
we got
not?
4 teams.
Oh, we got 4 teams.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be selling the product before she finishes.
Oh, great. Okay, the more teams, the merrier.
That's great. That's
So
so
okay,
good.
so we're gonna use whatever tool you use.
Okay, can I show you what I know now?
Yeah,
Okay, so my environment or setup, I have my VS Code.
great,
I've been using ChatGPT,
great.
and then, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
me-
go to your Visual Studio Code
Okay.
and go to extensions over here, and look for ChatGPT. You're gonna be much
Can I
happier.
use? Okay.
GPT.
GPT.
Oh wait.
This one?
No, look for Codex. CODEX.
Codex.
That one. Yeah, install it.
It's awesome.
It's the same thing. It just happens to be on your Visual Studio Code.
Switch to.
No, this is good. This is fine. Close this window. Now close the chat over there.
Close this chat. Okay.
Yeah. And now go over here.
Here?
Oh, where's the tab for that?
Sure.
Oh, this one. This is my new one. Just click sign in with ChatGPT. I'll send you over. Just to be off.
How do I not have the? Okay, I can do that later. Cancel sign in with ChatGPT.
Yeah. I'll let you do that. Oh wow, we have multiple people
That's
checking
awesome.
the doc, which is great.
Okay.
And yeah, I was also going to check.
Explaining your repository to a new designer, fixing an onboard. This is incredible.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much the same, but you save the
Do
back
I
and
try
forth.
a new model?
Yeah, try the new model.
Why not?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you're getting it for free. So here, I mean, we can do exactly my style.
And just copy paste this?
copy paste the whole thing, including the abstract and stuff.
Even the doc?
No,
Okay.
just this part. The spreadsheet. Let's do it with the spreadsheet. Let's see
With?
what happens without. Yeah.
Okay. Without. Okay, I'll delete it.
And I'll do. Yeah.
You listed the
Yeah. Go all the way to the top
you listed
and say we're building ChatPC based on this abstract.
to make some decisions around the rest of the staff. Based on my experience, if we go JavaScript end to end, that feels like it's something like Next.js.
Just click send. Let's see what happens.
Really, really good at doing this because it's done it countless times. Yeah.
Okay. Notice how it's working a little bit different than in previous ways you run. Probably usually it's just like, oh, we're gonna do this and that. But notice how this time, because we are speaking to it, like if it's a product manager, it's now like replying it with, as a product manager or engineer. Like it's telling you all the things that's going to build. Go up. Interesting about the guardrails. You went a little too far.
Here?
So yeah, so here's telling you the product shape. Here's the tables that it's going to
SQLite.
create. No, how to use SQLite, content table, JSON, stuff like that. Yeah, the model and stuff like that. Look how the workflows. So basically, it's going to say crowd-oriented, no social feed. Oh, that's another workflow, like feeds and stuff like that. That's another pattern that we use in engineering. You don't have to. Yeah, cool. Yeah, browsing tag. By the way, would you mind if I put
No,
my camera
please.
towards? No, I'm just gonna
Oh,
tilt
anyway.
the camera towards your computer, so maybe the audience at home can see something. I don't know how much they'll see, but it's okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, and yep, looking good. Look how it structured the temp sum and the GT. Oh, interesting.
What is interesting?
Read it.
The Tamsong calculator. Oh, it has a calculator.
That's interesting that it understood
Uninstruct.
the assignment like this. Yeah. So it definitely went a little overboard, as you can see.
Can
Like
we tell it to chill out?
absolutely.
Just can I provide that context? Like
Yeah.
maybe I can edit the prompt and take some of this out.
You can do that. That's another one you can do that. Basically, where I think it. Actually, I think it's better to to have the conversation with the sync. So basically, it just gave you like what's the thing. I even to give you the next options to proceed. We're gonna skip the wireframe.
What is wireframe? Just like an
Basically,
outline?
the equivalent of an outline for software is a wireframe. We also call it sketching.
Oh,
We call
okay.
it Figma. So basically, we just write like how it's gonna look like.
Okay.
We're gonna skip that altogether because it's not necessary for vibe coding. But basically, what we should do is
upload the.
yeah, here in the chat say this is good, but it's a little overboard to our purposes. We want this to be simply a knowledge base, a place for Michelle to share her views, and keep it text only. I won't even go.
Claude knows, but it doesn't.
I do want to find a way, and maybe this is something we do afterwards,
Yeah.
like pull in like little images of the text or like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, should I add that now or do it?
No, let's do it later. Another tip for vibe coding and also working with an engineer, one thing at a time.
Okay.
Like because if you, well, the way that I like working, and this is a difference between ChatGPT and Claude. The reason I like Claude better is that it has a plan step. So basically, you ask it like, hey, first come up with a plan, and it shares the plan with you, and then you go step by step with it, and you can be
Okay.
like, oh, let's add one more step after that, and it kind of sounds like milestones and B2, B3, B4, B5. I like doing that, and that helps me a lot because that way you can kind of like guide yourself.
Okay,
into
and then you can decide.
yeah. Okay, so let's see what it did. Don't worry too much about that.
Finished working, understood,
Yeah.
let's try and focus. Created pages, view, nice.
Yep.
Show, create, publish.
Yep.
Samsung. Next up, pick a minimal
Yeah.
stack.
Very simple. Let me talk about this for a second, which is kind of funny.
This is like
it got technical.
Netlify, right? Like this is Vercel.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna recommend Next.js, like we heard they're doing over there, and SQLite. But yeah, the thing that I want to point out, which is very interesting, is the endpoints. So this is something that I
What does that
recommend.
mean? An endpoint.
Yep. Open, or just write it down as a note. The way that the internet works is two ways. One is your web browser. It has a URL. And basically, URL is how you find things. But then bright people are like, oh, wait, this is just for verbs. Remember how we talked about create, replace, update, and delete? They're like, how do we standardize them into the hypertext text protocol? I recommend you. It's literally a text spec. You can look it online. It's on the W3 consortium. I recommend you reading it. Just try to ChatGPT and have a conversation with it, and I'll tell you everything you need to know. But basically, the idea is that, okay, if we have a protocol and we have create, replace, update, delete, how about we standardize them? Get is read-only. Yeah, Crowder was missing that in the read, but yeah. Get is read-only. Update, we usually use one that is called post or update. There's the two that are literally post and update. There's a small difference. Yeah, post, usually we use it for create. Update, we usually use it for update. Yeah, no, sorry, it's put and post. And I know
Put and
someone in the
post.
chat is going to be correcting me, but yeah. I just look it up because it's the top of my head, but yeah. Post is update, put is create,
You have to babysit it.
and then we have delete, which is delete. Literally, it's delete. So basically with this get, post, we play around with the URLs. The rest is shortcut for representational state transfer. And basically is the way that all APIs work until today. The new one is, yeah, I'm giving a class of architecture. But yeah, MCP changes that game. MCP is a new way of
Yeah.
building APIs.
Yes.
But basically, most of the APIs that you do, and even I would say, like for the next 10
MCP
years,
is like the language that
models talk to each other. Yeah. Yeah.
with models. with
Basically,
LLMs. This is an Anthropic created.
yeah,
Yeah.
super interesting. Yeah, and I could talk about that for hours too. But for you, the best way to think about it is MCPs are just wrappers around APIs. Like we still use APIs everywhere. So, yeah.
¿Ya terminaron?
Se aprende.
¿Ya terminaron?
No, todavía
No,
no.
no, 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 no.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color,
Oh,
green.
that's a good question.
Forest green. Forest green. Hunter green. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for asking that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm rooting for Soledad.
me too.
I know I should be rooting for me, but I'm
Okay.
multitasking.
¿Y luego?
Okay, so
So it
that's
says
what this
get
endpoints
content.
means. So
Okay, thank
basically,
you.
endpoints is now, like I said, get is gonna be how you fetch the
Okay,
the
that's
fetch,
helpful.
how you fetch the content, and then post. Yeah, this one very minimalistic. It just went with post. I actually criticize that to some engineers. Some people say that get and post are the only two things you need. I don't always agree. I think there's a semantic meaning between having but and stuff like that. But yeah, now we need to choose the tech stack. That was something I was going next, but I actually like here. I would just go with Next.js and SQLite.
Go with recommendation.
Yeah. Actually say Next.js and SQLite. And ask it for include a README to install the Next.js runtime. Just like that is fine. And how to install SQLite on a Windows PC.
A next SQLite
Yeah.
on.
Oh, and I forgot. And yeah, how to install SQLite. Yeah. And the Next.js runtime.
I just use VS Code or VS or something like that.
Runtime is basically the executor. Remember I was talking about executors earlier, about functions. Like basically you need something to run your code. We call that runtime.
Yeah. I used yeah.
And install. No, and Next.js
Runtime.
runtime. Runtime means like things that are happening immediately. Like-
It's the environment.
Okay.
The environment once this won't work.
Oh, Claude Code desktop.
Yeah.
I haven't used that one before. I know they got the web one. I got the email that said that you get a whole bunch of credits for Claude Code web.
I know this hasn't even started coding, but that'll be the next step.
Is it an IDE?
Oh,
I've-
yeah.
I found.
I think it's now building
This is
it
it?
finally. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
Oh, okay. You just don't.
Keeps tracks of all your conversations.
can't write files here because
Oh,
the workplace is
okay.
read only, but
Copy.
there's
Okay, so now go here.
copy.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, let's do this. No, go back to your VS Code. Create a new folder over here.
Under chat.
No, here. That's fine. Just create a new folder.
Okay.
Name it ChatVC.
Chat VC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now,
file.
yeah, create the new file. Just call it for now
MVP.
prompt.
Oh, prompt.
MVP.md.
MVP.
Perfect. And click it without the L.
What does MD mean?
Markdown, which is a file format, kind of like doc. But
Oh.
the cool thing about Markdown is very friendly with LLMs.
Okay.
So yeah, now paste what we wrote. And yeah, great. Click save.
I mean, I think
File
that
save.
makes sense.
And actually, close your
Whole.
yeah, close your VS Code, and let's start with a new chat.
See what it spits out.
Yeah.
It's just gonna give me something, and we're gonna run it.
Why was it that important to close it?
It was not important, but
Did
it
it, like-
was just.
Good restart.
Yeah. So now click again that extension of OpenAI.
Okay.
Let's see if we can. Yeah, click this one we were chatting with. Okay. Now tell it. We have this directory. Use the ampersand symbol.
The what?
Use add symbol, the add symbol, Shift 2. And put
We have. What
do
do
you
we
call
call it?
ChatVC, I think. Yeah, ChatVC.
Chat VC.
Yeah. Okay, now write the files. Just as.
Your volume. Ship it.
Yeah.
What?
Files. Let's see how it does. Okay, I think it finally found the directory, so it's now working on actually modifying it.
Very good.
Oh wow! And you're gonna be the judge, Michelle. So we'll see if you like
You're
it.
gonna be paid by the hour, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should take a little longer.
Uh-huh.
Said ship it.
By the way, if you guys want to order pizza, let me know, and we'll order one. Yep. Okay. It's yeah. So right now, if you go to the browser over here, you will see. Oh, it's still not doing it. Yeah, let's just wait a little longer. At one point, it's still gonna run the creating the
That's what
code.
I'm thinking.
But in the meantime, are you familiar with the terminal, the PowerShell?
Not yet.
Okay. Just open here and type PowerShell. Yeah, enter. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna install the things that you need while
Okay.
this.
Yes.
Thanks. So go over to the README. I'm not a Windows user, so that's why.
I think a lot of people are not. I just use
Oh,
it for Excel.
they're fine. Oh,
For like, it's just much fast. It's much more powerful for Excel versus like, sorry, Apple users.
yeah.
Apple and Excel, or Excel and Apple is not as fun.
Well, I'm a Mac user and I love my Mac, but I wish I was a Linux user. I think Linux is the best one, but it has the worst UI and it always gives me headaches. So yeah, but all my servers are Linux. All my computers
I
are
don't
Macs.
think this is Linux. I think this is.
No, this is Windows.
Yeah, this is
So go back. But it looks almost so. You're gonna use this command: winget install OpenJS.
And
Node.js.
copy it?
Yeah, just copy it. Without the text. Yeah. Okay, and now go there and just paste it.
What
And
does
it-
this actually do? Because I did this before
That's
with my
a great
MCP.
question. Yep, that's a good question. So the terminal, this is a terminal, this is shell. And basically with the shell, you have access to the system underneath your computer. Basically, the way that all operating systems work, Windows, Linux, or Mac, is that you have, everything's a task manager. You know, when you do Control-Shift-Delete and it puts the tasks, that's the whole thing that an operating system does. It basically manages, orchestrates, whatever word you want to use. How do I execute these programs, these tasks, and give them access to the hard drive, the camera, the keyboard, and stuff like that. When you get into the shell, you get into a level lower than what you usually get with the UI. Um, you can get comparable. That's when you get, the pop-up that says, "I need administration level to do this. I need an administration level to do that." Like, that's the other way you can access it. But when you get into the shell, you get a more privileged space. Yes, this means that you can break things faster.
Yes.
So definitely, every time you type something here, ask your GPT, "I'm about to type this into my shell. Is it safe?" And eventually, you build a muscle. That's honestly how we learn. All the engineers, that's how we learned. We broke things. I literally deleted my DOS computer, my Windows 3.1 computer. I broke it by deleting the Windows most important file. It's called .bat. I did that. I learned from it, and I moved on.
Did you just re-download it, or what did you?
Oh no! Back then it was on this
Disk
floppy
or-
disk.
oh,
So
no
I had
way.
to spend 4 hours putting the floppy disk over again and reinstalling from scratch. And it was awful, but
It's a good
that's how I
learning.
learned. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now I understand. But yeah, WinGet is the.
I just hit-
click enter. Yeah, you probably already have it, but give me a second. WinGet is basically a command
Is it
to
you do the following
Oh.
agreement before I hit it?
say yes. Just click yes. Why? I should explain what this is happening. So WinGet is getting a package. This one's called OpenJS, Node.js, limit long time. Oh, I forgot what LTS. People on the stream remind me what LTS. I think it's called long-term support. That's what LTS stands for. So it's the most stable version of
Do you want
Node.js.
to allow this app?
Yeah. And you need to be very careful. Only check. I don't know if you heard about the supply chain attacks.
A little bit.
It's basically this: that you think you're installing Node.js, and someone created a package that is almost the same, but it has a typo at the end.
Oh, wow.
And that's how they attack you, and it's very dangerous. So this is why it's really important to, you always check that you have the command correctly, which you did.
Okay.
And yeah, cool. Yep. Now you have Node.js. Now you have our own time for the code.
Should I
Go back
do
to the
the
README.
install
Now do
this one?
WinGet. Yeah. This is SQLite. Yeah, same thing. And yeah. And WinGet is what we call a package manager. So there's this open source packages that we're doing. So, well,
Because it's going to some page, right? Some page make that one appear,
yep.
It's not show.
Perfect. Now you have a SQLite database that you can use.
great.
And you can learn how to use it. Just run this command to verify you're good.
Okay. let me see.
Oh, yeah, let's do the verify on both steps. Let's start with the first one, node,
I
or
just
npm.
copy paste it.
Yeah, do npm minus b.
One more time.
The second one, just the second command.
Okay.
By the way, sorry I go fast, but this
No, no, no.
also for the stream and stuff, so normally
know.
go a little more slow and,
You
take my
were
time, but...
very, very kind for teaching me.
Yeah, now
Do I
paste
click it now?
Yep,
Here.
and this...
Maybe it's because I have to put it underneath.
Oh, actually open a new shell. That's your joke, and it's even a joke. Engineers, we have this joke. Have you tried it, turn it on and off again?
Yeah, like
Have
a
you tried
hard
restarted
restart.
your computer? It works like a magic. I can go into the details, but yeah, it works. So usually when you get stuck, open a new tab and try again.
Okay.
90% of the time it will
like
solve your
that.
bug. But
Should I
yeah.
do this?
Yeah, 'cause if it doesn't,
There you go. Now you have
Okay.
Node.
you know what I mean?
And same thing with SQLite.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, that's
Great. Now what you're gonna do, and this is the annoying part, is you need to go into this
This one here. Do you
into this folder. Any Windows users know how to get a terminal into?
Terminal?
No,
Oh,
to a specific folder. Is there a shortcut, or do I? Yeah, I think it's gonna be just CD in there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So do it there.
Huh? DUR?
Go to the terminal first.
Terminal. This is
Yeah, and do dir.
DIR.
So basically, the terminal, there's a bunch of commands that you eventually learn. we in the Linux world we use ls. The other one in Windows is dir, and basically when you click dir, click it, it's gonna show you your
Cool.
directory.
This is what I
So
have?
This is what you have, and then go back to your editor. Oh, actually, it can be even lazier. Do Control tilde. No, right here. Go back to VS Code. Click Control. There you go. There's your PowerShell.
Cool.
Oh, and that's where we want it to be. That's great.
Awesome.
Wait, so
Should
now
I do these two last
Yep,
ones?
do the project setup. Okay, I'm gonna go a
Go
quick
for it.
check
Keep-
on
yeah.
people, but run
Please,
the
I
command.
got it. I got it.
How you doing?
Very good.
Done?
Oh, you want? Yeah.
Okay, we got two teams done.
Yes.
But
They finished first though.
do you have the
They did.
URL already?
So we just have it running locally. I haven't pushed it to anything.
Okay. How can I do this on a stream? I know. I'm gonna send you. Yeah,
Zoom
you're
link?
gonna join my Google Meets. I'm gonna send you a link on the chat for Google Meets, and then you present your screen from there. That sound good?
Which center would you like to use?
Okay. Google.com. New meeting. Okay. Okay, sure. We'll use this one. But why are you not working? Microphone's not working. That's fine. I did not want to use my webcam. I want to use this iPhone microphone. Actually, that's fine. Can you go to meet.google.com and then copy this? I can dictate for you. It's all teams, please visit this Google Meet. EHA. Let me see if I can do large type. I'll do it on the particle again. Yeah. Why am I complicating myself? I hope no one random is joining us. If they do, I will reject them immediately. Okay. Cool. Yeah, text blast for the attendees. I'm trying this to demo your. Cool. All right. Let me see.
Should have.
I think it's on and on.
Do you have anybody trying to get in?
Yes. Admit all. Cool. And cool. I will let you share your screen. Oh, click share your screen and then I'll allow it.
Let's see here. Let me just got to refresh. All right, so let me just test share the screen to see if this works. Share the screen.
Can I borrow your microphone so I can
Yeah.
keep our first team? Okay. Cool. Well, you two, team, here's your microphone.
Alrighty.
Flip it where you want, or you can just hold it in your hands. It's fine. But,
Sure.
yeah, give us a demo of this. We have Michelle over here judging. So, yeah.
All right, Michelle, we did this the quickest and dirtiest way we could think of, but it works. And tried to make sure that we got this in the colors that you like too. So this is taking your spreadsheet and turning it into something a little bit more digestible for people that follow you to be able to click into different resources. So here you can see a page in which you see everything at once. And here you can click on the detail where you can see some notes about your resource. You can actually go in and view said resource specifically, if that was actually supposed to be the right URL. We'll make sure that that's right in the final version. But yeah, you also see that there are different tags and categories for all of these. And if you wanted to go in and add stuff, we would put this obviously behind some sort of authentication here. Right now, we just have the admin join to everyone because it was the easiest for the demo. You'd put your title, you'd put what type of content it was, you'd select your category here, which you'd be able to fill in, author URL notes, and then you'd just be able to add the resource. You can see that I did that over here with the test. You can edit any of these, you can update them, you can delete them if you wanted to, and importantly, what we can do is we can go to any of these. Hey, look at that, we got the embed working. That was a good idea.
That's great.
Yeah. And you can go in here and anyone can leave a comment.
Put a social graph with friends.
Yeah. There you go.
Can I provide some feedback or can I
Yeah, you can provide whatever you want.
Really awesome. I think also I enjoy how dynamic it is. Curious to understand where these notes come from. Are they notes that are just pulled from web scraping or where does that come from?
That's a really great question. That might have just been a summary from the LLM itself.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great. And is there a more streamlined way to admin versus going into every single doc or every single resource?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can just click admin here. And you mean
like, is there a spreadsheet that I can go in and like?
Oh no, there's not actually. We didn't add that in, but that's something that we could do. So what's your request here? How are you seeing this?
I think this is interesting. Wasn't a way that I was thinking. I guess I was thinking of more like beginning to end in a tabular kind of way. But this is I think a more engaging way to think about it. But it would be helpful from the back end to just have like an Excel or something that I can just quickly update name or add a new resource instead of like, for example,
having to click into each one individually. You'd want to view that like the spreadsheet, but you don't necessarily want that spreadsheet view to be what your readers see.
Exactly. So on the back end, it streamlines it for me, and I can quickly search versus the readers get to see and play with something different.
I'm sure we could do that.
We like synchronize with like a Google spreadsheet.
Yeah. Synchronize with Google. Oh, that's a really great idea. Have it synchronize with the Google Docs or something like that on the back end. Oh yeah, we could do that.
And then another question: is there a way to pull like a picture or some kind of figure or some kind of graphic to on the resource view that has like
Talking about that.
if not that's fine too.
Oh yeah. The answer is yes.
Cool.
It actually is inside the resource now. Like we can pull it in the content.
Okay, I like the tags too. They're great.
Yep.
That was really cool.
Sweet.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. So our first participant did really well.
Feels like a big
all right.
We should
Now let's try.
Listen.
I put it in the article. If you have that link. If not, I'll send it to you via. Okay. Then let's start with Soledad. You can also just do meet.cool.com and then copy that URL. So, click share your screen.
Okay, so
Whoa.
in the true style, this is totally different to what we thought it would be. When we talk about ChatVC, instead of having a traditional blog or traditional page with a lot of blogs, this is people talking to you, Michelle.
Wow.
So the idea is that you create all your content, add all your content here, and then founders will come here and ask questions, and it will use that content to answer. So I can ask things like, how do I start
how to start fundraising. Basically, we'll use all the
Wow.
content that I provided, the content that you sent, like A16 pages, and I don't know, the founder doc, and all of that, and it's using that to create, like, for
Oh,
instance,
wow,
in the
that's cool.
recommended, you can see the essay, a blog post. It's missing the links. We can add things here. But, well, basically, it answers like if it was you. Starting your financial journey requires meticulous preparation, blah, blah, blah. The narrative, vision, problem, solution, product, market, opportunity, team, build your investor deck, whatever, prepare your data room, target investor, practice your pitch.
This is like
There is a
blog
founder
post.
tip, and what are the recommended resources. And here we can do a follow-up, for instance. Do I need revenue before fundraising? And it's going to explain what it thinks.
Cool.
So basically it says, not necessarily for your early rounds. Other thing this founder tip is not working as it should, but what I wanted to do is, like, I told it can use chats from other founders to add those insights in your response. Something like that. So instead of leaving the comments, I can leave a comment in the chat, and that will be published when other founder asks the same question. And lately, you can go to admin mode. What happened? Okay, and now it can be, you can add content to the knowledge base. Here's the same thing. You could add a link to something that you like, or your document, or your spreadsheet. Like, for instance, let's add founder tip, and then we can say, let's copy this. Topic, tip, don't be shy, and start. So basically, it should use.
That's cool.
All right. So your
Very
thoughts, Michelle.
This is really interesting. It also, like, I like both, kind of almost combining both of these formats, where this isn't a different way to search and your mind works differently, right? Because you're like more blocked content. This is a book about product market fit. And now it's a brain about all things business. And so you're like, how do you think as a founder? Is it through a chat?
Interesting.
I think the thing that comes to mind, my mom used to tell me, cada cabeza es un mundo.
Oh.
And this feels like spot on.
Oh, can you say that in English? Just
That means every brain or head is a world. And so you're seeing that very vividly here.
Yeah.
But this is beautiful.
Great. Before that, I forgot one important question. And this time I'm going to let Herman talk a little, if you like, or do you like Joel? Can you tell us about your tech stack that you use and your architecture?
We just used the specification and let Claude decide, basically, because it was It was a simple. It was a simple architecture. I think it chose like SQLite to store the documents, right?
SQLite, we told
it to Yeah. use
JavaScript end to end using Node on the back end, Next.js. Cool.
Yeah. Anything else interesting you saw on the architecture or anything, for the geeks out there are some geeks here, like anything noteworthy?
No, like we were talking about how for Claude in the LLMs, like Next.js or JavaScript end to end is very easy for the LLM to understand and to deploy. It has a lot of knowledge on that, and then it's like very easy to.
Oh, and this question for Joel. What tools do you use for building this?
Primarily using Claude Code.
Another Cloud Code fan. Actually, I've been lying to you all. My favorite is Cursor with Cloud Sonnet, the new one. But, there are no wrong answers for a lot of lazy things. I just use Claude. But Gemini is getting really cool. And now I want to interview Soledad to tell me about what tools you used and what technology stack and you ended up building.
First, I took your prompt and I opened a chat with Gemini, google.com, or ChatGPT, whatever. But I use Gemini. And I asked Gemini to help me improve the requirements and the PRD to create an app. And it helped me with more information, and it added a little of personality and stuff to the requirements. So it helped me refine the requirement before I went to build it. And then I went to aistudio.google.com and to the build section, and I used whatever Gemini created as a prompt for it, and it created the app. So basically, it refined its own prompt. Because it says AI Studio.
Yeah, that's something I do all. I need to get the microphone so people hear me. That's a really good tip. That's something that I use all the time, and I cannot recommend it more. As your prompts to improve your prompts. That is the meta prompt engineering. Yes, I'm doing meta. Say meta a lot, and yeah, that's a really good tip. A bit more specific question. Can you tell me about how the chat was implemented?
Yeah, so the web page is using React and TypeScript. The chat is using the Gemini 2.5 Flash.
Oh, cool.
So it uses a system instruction where it sends all the information that I send it, like all the A16 links and all of that information we put in the original. So it creates a system instruction with all the source. And every time you type admin and everything, it will add it to the context of where should it get the information. And then when you chat, it uses that information to respond. But it's using Gemini 2.5 Flash.
I'm curious to understand, when you decided to structure how you wanted to share ChatVC, did you decide I want to do a chat version, or do I want to do a boxed out version, or was that something that was recommended by the AI model?
No, we decided basically.
Okay.
I think you decided to do that too, right? The interface to be a chat interface.
When I asked Gemini to improve my prompt, it recommended, because the name was ChatVC. I think it got that insight that it could be a chatbot. So that first prompt, it recommended to create a chatbot instead of a regular app. And I follow that.
Okay, that's cool.
It's kind of funny because ChatPRD itself, it's a hybrid. It has both the repository, kind of like you both did, and the chat. So it's kind of like both of those worlds, which is fascinating. But I actually kind of agree with Gemini. As we said chat, so it should be a chat. But yeah, but interesting. And now we have Fernanda.
Okay.
Oh, can you? You're already
Wow.
sharing. Oh, this is. Oh my God, this looks like.
I'm so happy right now.
I know we're nerds, and you use Obsidian. You like Obsidian, don't you?
Yeah, well, my goal was trying to be inside Michelle's mind, and
And I was like, well, what I know about her, I know the books that she likes to read. Probably what she learned is through those books. So I was like, based on that, I first took a prompt in ChatGPT and said, well, she is a VC. She would like to share with new entrepreneurs what she knows and what she learned about all these books and the notes that they're very interesting and the connections that they have through those books, right? So how can we help her to share her knowledge with the world in a not so conventional way, right? So for that, it did a graphic with the spreadsheet, with the books, and put the potential connections. Like if you like the worlds I see, you see the notes,
Favorite
and then
book.
how to connect the dots, right? What is the next book that you should read? Yeah. So that's one of the ideas. Then the next one is the virtual board. So it's like based on all these great authors that she has been reading and her notes, we have like a chat, but a board of directors. When you say like, what's Sam, for example, right? So you're gonna get different personas that is gonna be the authors of your book or the books that you have read about and explain about those concepts, right? Yeah, let's see if it works though. Yeah, there you go. So Michelle will have a comment, and then let me see. It says what?
Sam?
Board of directors. I love
Yeah,
that.
what is Sam, for example? Sam. So, and it's gonna be always like based on the information, based on the books or the notes or the posts that you are adding into that spreadsheet, right?
That's awesome.
So in this case, the wartime CEO will say, well, Sam is this and this and this, right?
That's crazy.
And then the other thing is the Insight Explorer that we were talking about, the three-body problem and the competition strategy. Sometimes for me, when I read, I see concepts that are kind of similar for the same authors. So it's like, well, how do they relate? And then this section, basically we're gonna see the connections that are behind that, right? Yeah.
That's great.
And then for myself, I was, well, if I have this big board of directors and Michelle's mind here, what if I just upload my pitch deck, what she will say about it?
Oh, that's great!
So I put
You should make the glow version of this.
Yeah.
Actually,
So I'm putting the pitch deck that we submitted on for A16Z. And now I understand why we didn't state it.
the doctor's examining.
Yeah.
While this chunks
Cool.
processes, can you tell us about the tech stack and how you implemented this?
Yes. So basically, like I say, I started with the prompt, trying to extract the knowledge that it may be in her head and how to connect
Wow.
the
look at
different
this.
knowledge about like the weak points and recommendations. Yeah. From there, I
Recommended readings. That is beautiful.
Yeah. yeah.
Let's
Can I
fucking.
make your product?
And then from the prompt, I went to Gemini because I like how it reads there, and made a PRD. Did a couple of cycles on what I was expecting to, and then exported that as a PDF and imported it in Firebase Studio and said, I want to build this this product based on this PRD and just build it. Yeah. So it's like all about like the requirements first. Yeah.
Michelle, what are your thoughts?
I'm kind of floored. Like this is awesome. I think the pitch deck piece is really interesting, especially like oftentimes you think about what an investor, like when you're talking to an investor, like what are the things that they're looking for? And the reason that I want to publish and write and have a footprint is so founders can find me and see if like we are again, the same kind of weird.
Yeah.
And like we understand each other's minds, right? Because like at the end of the day, like the relationship that a founder and an investor has is longer than most marriages in the United States. And
Yeah.
that pitch deck sort,
that is a great point.
that pitch deck sort, you're not my kind of weird, and that's okay. Or if I think a lot of times, especially first-time founders or underrepresented founders, like if you've never spoken to an investor, if you haven't been to these Ivy League universities, you don't know how to speak to investors, the language, and like
Oh, yeah.
this provides a really easy way to provide feedback. So I like that a lot. I like the connection between these. I really appreciated that like some of the more business books connected to like the Three Body Problems is a sci-fi book,
Yeah.
and like it calls to both of our. I liked it. Fan.
Cool.
Fan of all of them though. I feel like they all fit.
Now let's talk about
It's
that
like-
because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but most importantly, I want to make fool of myself, which is even more fun. Great job, all teams. I
All
loved,
teams.
everyone that challenged this, tackled this problem in different ways. I love seeing that. I think for you, the first team, I really like how structured it was and how familiar it is. One thing that I have often note with the other two teams is like seeing a graph. I mean, I'm a nerd. I love it, but I know that if I showed this to my mom, moms would be like, what is that? So I kind of like that. The first one was really accessible. I did like that Soledad was an actual chat, and it was a really good chat, and definitely there's potential for that. The only comment I have about that, I actually have a chat on my knowledge base, and you can ask questions about me. I uploaded up my Notion, stuff like that, so all of these things I actually
That's cool.
uploaded to it. And I think there's a little bit of competition. Like, I think it's a great start, and I was really impressed that you did a chat as quick as you did. I have implemented chats, and it takes me way more than this. I'm so impressed. So, kudos on that. Like, great job. And Fernanda, Gemini. Yeah, I mean, now I'm gonna use Gemini Clay because I used to use. Just getting into the weeds for a second, I used to use 3 different tools. One is called Copilot Kit, then whatever model I have, and then I built my own rack to build something like this, and just did it on one shot. I'm like, beautiful, and for an MVP,
And fast.
that's great.
It also like
It was so
fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, some comments, Sarah?
Finish and then.
Fernanda, for you, I love how it was a little bit of both worlds, but also in a very, I really like how you really focus on the use cases. And for me, that was, if I can give bonus points for innovation, I think I will give you that because for you, it was, I never thought about a pitch deck uploader. I would have not thought about that. You're an amazing PM. So, definitely impressed with that. Hi, please come in. Yeah. Yeah, Thanksgiving. We're semi-wrapping up, but we'll share with you. You need help with your back? No, you're good. No, just put it over there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So no, I would say that
Microphone.
microphone.
I saw you were trying to install stuff and stack and everything in her computer.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to aistudio.com.google.com/apps, I added the link to the activity to the Partyful, or you go to Firebase Studio, you don't need to install anything.
Web.
Everything is in the web, and then you publish the website, and everything works.
I know, but one of my secondary goals, we should always talk about the first goal and the secondary goal. For me, the secondary goal with Michelle, by the way, I'm going to code my version right now with my good old tools, terminal tools. But for me, the second objective here was to, and I'll give insights about what we did to our new guest in a minute, but basically, I wanted to show Michelle how how we start and how stuff. So definitely, I went a little bit more similar with what Joel and Germán did.
What do you mean? How to start?
How to start, having a development environment, how to use GitHub, just because we wanted to do those conversations about like the tools that we use as engineers, like the disadvantage of using the web tools, and maybe that's an even better answer. Disadvantage of the web tools is
Unless you want to be an engineer.
I am curious enough now where like I think I came in here earlier where I've met so many engineers in my career, and it almost feels like something that's inaccessible. But I think now that you have so many tools, and I'm taking JavaScript classes, I'm taking a Python class, I'm literally reading a book. That's just like the book is open and I'm like breaking things and then trying to fix them.
That's how you do it.
But I think the thing I'm the most frustrated about is like my environment isn't set up.
Yep.
Like I went to
That's why I was helping you set up your
so
environment.
yeah.
So
So
that's
I
why
think it was
focused on
helpful.
that.
Maybe I want to be in it. I don't know. I'm like
Yeah.
I also the way that I also see it is like I want to show my founders deep respect that I
Yeah.
am at least learning or trying to learn their trade or like the thing that they've spent all of their time.
I think it's a trade.
It's
I think engineering
great.
is a trade.
It's
not
like so
a-
I'm like I just want to show respect.
Yeah.
And I think part of it's like and it helps me as a investor too because
Yeah.
I'm looking at these tiny little projects that are being created and I'm like does this then become scalable? Is this a big
Yeah.
enough problem that you're dealing like I had not heard about this AI product manager
Yep.
company. They haven't raised any funding.
I think she's been so badass. I just admire Clairvaux so much. But I would say there's a whole space of that. I cannot go into more details.
Sure.
Let's talk offline about that in a minute. But yeah, there's definitely a whole breed of AI products for PMs, and some of them are really interesting. I'll talk offline about this. But before doing that, I want to make us full of myself and show my solution. So basically, my solution is like code this using Next.js and as a web interface. Trying to make it useful and kind of like an MVP that I can show to my investor. Actually, maybe a nerd. Control G, come on. Just Control G. Paste. So basically, I just gave it literally the thing that we did at the beginning. I'm literally telling it to do.
Fiddle flatting.
Yeah, this is Cloud code. It's a terminal base. It works the same as web. I could just use web, and then you don't have to set up my environment. The only reason I like doing it on my terminal is because I can version it, and then I can push it to GitHub. So that's the easiest way for me to share everything. And that's one of the things that, here, overlords from OpenAI and Claude, if you can figure out how to collaborate on a chat amongst multiple people, that will be great. Like reality for me to be able to collaborate on code, GitHub is the way. And it kind of goes back to the idea that we're talking about, the version control and stuff like that. That is the real problem. The real reason GitHub exists is we have a really good pattern on open source on how to collaborate on software. We don't have anything else. File systems and operating systems. And I remember working on a startup, I'm not gonna name the name, that we basically copy-pasted on zip file, we zip filed the different versions of the app. And the deployment was literally dragging and dropping a different zip file on our customers. And I'm gonna name them, and it was not that long ago, but I don't wanna burn anyone, but.
You know, for us at Diagonal Research, the two of us, there are 3 co-founders and we have 4 engineers. When we have an idea in mind, we will first try to write it down, right? To do and to do a short spec of what we're thinking about, right? Then with, or like Google AI or like with Firebase Studio, I would like to make a prototype, and they even create mock data and stuff. So you don't have to think about installing anything. It will literally code for himself, and you can keep chatting with it and tweak it until it's ready. When we have something that we're like, oh, I would like to show this to the rest of the team to see what they think, you just publish with a button, share it, and then chat about it. And when we're like, oh yeah, that really looks like a good idea, let's just make it a component in our platform, right? Or like a new feature, perfect. In that case, the Eng folks, they can use what we have built so far and then add that into our platform. That means adding the versioning with GitHub, making the persistency with the databases and stuff, right? But at the beginning, when you just have an idea, you don't know exactly how it will end up, it is kind of hard to start trying to think, well, the database, what information needs to say? I don't know, right? So that's how I like to work, from like the high level concepts and start layering that thing down, to the point of saying, oh, okay, perfect. Now, this idea, like you say, can it scale? Yeah. Can it handle 10,000 queries per second? Well, not with the database, right? But just for starting with a good list of requirements and then a friendly vibe coding tool, you can start with your own idea without needing to know about like a lot
Anything
of coding.
else,
Yeah.
That's a really helpful way to think about it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're wrapping up. I don't know if I'm gonna even finish my Vive coded. It's still installing things.
Still thinking.
Yeah, it's still like initializing and creating the database and stuff. I think our competitors did a much better job. So very impressed with you all. This is gonna take still a couple more minutes, so I think I'm gonna switch to
Web.
your web Google Studio. I was pretty impressed. I think that was at least for prototypes. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the reason I have my opinionated setup is one, I love my text editor and my terminal. I grew up in the terminal. Remember the story about how I deleted my
You can
Windows?
see the code, you can refer
Yeah.
to the files and say what to change.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't have access to it, it's there.
Yeah.
So you have the code view, the preview view, it's like,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely. I should take it for a spin. And again, how we work and what Fernanda just said. The goal, in many ways, the hard part is starting. The hard part is building the MVP. The hard part is getting those first 50 customers. Again, I'm gonna send you all after this a link to, well,
Please.
all the attendees here, not to the web. For everyone else, you should wait until December 8th for my QCon SF presentation about
Right.
how to impress
we
BCs
attend?
in engineering. Oh, it already happened. It was last Monday.
Oh, okay.
But I will
November
send you the recording. Well,
Okay.
it's a practice run. The official recording will be posted on December 8th. So I will definitely blast it on all this. Please like and subscribe, especially to my Substack. That's where I'm gonna be doing this announcement. Sorry for the self promo. I'm Glow Maldonado. ScienceCourier.ai is my website. Please follow, subscribe, whatever. And thank you everyone for joining. I think it was way more fun than you all watching my terminal, installing things, just me pressing a button. I think so far it's getting it right, just gleaning over the code for you all at home. Like, I think it's correct. I really haven't seen, so I'm just waiting for the hallucination. By the way, just for fun, I should give hallucination points to each one of them, each one of you. For you two, I was laughing, and hallucination points, you got 10 hallucination points because some of the links that you posted and then ended up pointing to the reference, so you get 10 hallucination points. For you, Soledad, technically I should give you like 100 hallucination points because, we gave it a text spec and then it made a chat. At the same time, it's a really good chat, and it actually did the job. So Michelle, what do you think about 100 hallucination points. These are arbitrary
great.
points that I'm just making for fun, and no one wins anything.
I was interested in how it came up with my view on things, which is great.
Yeah.
It's like, you're right. It's informed by my thinking, by the things I read.
And for Fernanda, I'm actually. You tell me, what did it hallucinate? Because it looked really nice, and I feel like it did what you asked it for. And honestly, I'm just impressed by your creativity. Like, I did think that, yeah, doing a graph, that was a great approach.
dots,
Connect the dots.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that for the product name. Connect the
Connect the
dots.
dots.
Maybe
That's a great one.
we ship this one.
Why was it so slow?
I don't know. Maybe it's because Firebase was not having a good day. I don't
Okay.
know. Sometimes it works really fast. Sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, I didn't know if
Yeah,
it was like
th-
it
that's a
was
good question.
doing
Yeah.
so much. 'Cause, I mean, it was I think very advanced.
Yeah, I could talk a little bit about that just for a second. As it sometimes it's very fast and sometimes very slow, is because it is modeled after our brains, which is another thing. I don't think we should be modeling LLMs after our brains, but that's for another conversation and it's more philosophical than anything else. But there are many ways to reach the same point and to reach to the same conclusion. Sometimes you can go the very direct way, like, hey, I need to go to Embarcadero. Sometimes you have the right answer. Just Uber it. Sometimes you're like, well, I want to go to Embarcadero, but I want to have, do I want to really get there on time? Can I, have a nice scenery? Am I a tourist? Am I stuff? And when you start thinking about these things, even if you end up on the same, just take an Uber, it took you longer because you're considering more options. And that happens with LLMs. LLMs sometimes they go straight. And you notice that a lot. And this is something, again, my number one advice to engineers, be curious. If you play enough with ChatGPT and Claude and all these tools, you start noticing that sometimes it gives the same answer. Even if you ask different ways, they give you the exact same answer. That's because they're doing the caching. What we mean with caching with engineering is that basically if you see something that constantly gets asked, instead of asking to do the process, we just give you a stored value.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that's how most systems scale. It's a trade-off. There's a joke in engineering, which now you're going to understand. We always say that there are two different problems in computer science. You know it. Naming things and caching. The joke is because the way you build caches is you create names. You basically create unique keys, we call them keys, that basically is a stored value. And for that stored value, when do you stop using it? When do you update it? What happens to the rest of the application? Like all these things, it's really hard, and that's part of the art of computer science. And I'm not joking. You know that the internet went down
Yes.
twice in a row? It was both for that same problem. Because they're basically the network, the way the network goes is if you ask to get to a website and go through all the different avenues to get there, it's a very expensive operation. So they do caching with domain name services. That's what DNS stands for, resolution. So someone busted a cache in a way that is not okay. And this happens all the times. You would think that we would be good by now, but yeah, this is something I'm also hoping LLMs will solve because we got the best engineers in the world trying to solve this problem. We haven't solved it yet, so we'll see what happens. But, cool. Last but not least, any comments about the event? Do you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think this was fun. I like that it turned into a little bit of a friendly contest between everyone here to see who could build and implement the idea.
You want to add anything?
I really like learning about the different tools that other people uses. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I learned something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any comments, Fernanda?
Oh, I would say that I really like it. It was super fun. How we can see that everybody thinks totally different, and the good thing with this type of vibe coding, the sooner you put these things in front of your customers, the faster you know exactly what they need, right? So I would be like, as you were our customer, so, and you were, oh, I like this one, I like this one, I don't understand that. is just to come back and half an hour later you have another version of it, right? And you can just iterate as many times as you need.
And for me, probably my opinion is the least important because I'm your dear host, but I'll still say it. This was so much fun. Thank you all for coming. I think I'm gonna do it again next year, probably the same format. Like I'll invite some special guests, maybe Michelle again. We'll see,
Happily.
and we'll take it from there. I think this is a really interesting format. It's kind of funny. This happened organically, but I had some friends that just did a. You saw the one that Santiago did. I don't know. Basically, the Otani, the baseball player from the Dodgers. His coach has a technique. I forget the name of that technique right now, but it's a well-documented technique that he uses called like 16 boxes, and basically use that for improving your game. And it applies for, of course, baseball, but it can also apply for entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So my friends did
Very cool.
they call it vibe racing, which I'm definitely coning and sharing. Oh, so to that, do you want to share anything about the event, your opinion? Would you do this again?
Yeah, I will do it again. A lot of fun, yeah.
Great. I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream right now. Thank you again, everyone that joined us. Like I said, please remember that this is for a cause. I think next time it's gonna be also the same cause. Where did I leave my browser? I think it was on here. We did this to support two places that are dear to me. The first one is the Mission Cultural Center. This is a space here in San Francisco. It's for Latino people and anyone that likes Latino. If you like salsa dancing, if you like spicy food, if you like any of these things, please come and visit. It's a space that unfortunately is at risk of having to shut down because of due to lack of resources. So please donate to it. And here, Double Union, you're here, is the space for women and non-binary folks. We basically have things like sewing classes, but even more fun. We have laser cutters, and we teach people how to use them. We have 3D printers, and basically we're trying to make a space where people that would be like, oh, I have a kid, can I bring them over to, for me, working on products? And we're one of the few spaces that says yes. So that's kind of like the mission here. We definitely want to, balance the scales in some ways, so for certain underrepresented groups. But I think most importantly, we want to be a place where, we really support people that usually traditionally caretakers and stuff like that. So, yep. Also, please donate. Yeah, both of the organizations, as I mentioned, are NGOs. And last but not least, my self-promo, Glo Maldonado. I'm a startup advisor, expert on ML infrastructure and scaling. And yeah, basically the person when they're like, hey, I need this to work for 2 billion users, you call me, I'll help you.
Got it.
And last but not least, I also have this coaching program for founders. If anyone has an idea, if that just happened, you actually want to meet Michelle and give her a good pitch, that's literally
Happily.
what I do. And yeah, I'll make sure that she's impressed. That's basically. I know Michelle is very friendly and won't be as picky as most VCs are, but I speak the language, and that's what I'm trying to teach founders, that it is not that different. It is the same thing. You just need to change one word versus the other. Like I literally happened during this exercise. ICP, personas. You already know your personas. And not even that. If you're even nerdier, test cases. Like, yeah, whenever you put on a class as a user blah, the role. So yeah, roles, ICPs, personas. They're the same thing. So just put ICP, and they'll say cool. If you put roles or personas, they're gonna roll their eyes. Except Michelle, because she's cool. Anyways, thank you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you whoever is watching at home. And yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
This was so good.
Let me a second.
It's really fun.
Close the stream.
Turn off your little.
I don't think
Very
you can.
cute. Let's go.
Don't leave yet. You all.